Happy Fursuit Friday! And boy, is it a scorcher! Sorry to everybody over at Anthrocon! The parade's canceled tomorrow. I am terribly sorry. I had nothing to do with it. Can't blame me, so don't blame me. We aren't even there. We're not even going this year. We can't afford it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Azurean. Also, if you hear a noise, that's the air conditioning. It is too darn hot to film the air conditioning on. So sorry about that. But hey, we got a lovely video for you. We're gonna be talking about all the movies we saw this past month, as alluded to in the previous video.
I didn't see any movies this past month.
We also threw in a few TV series we've been watching as well that we finished. So if you want to
is that what we used to watch before streaming?
But anyhow, let's get on with the tier list here. Uh-oh. What happened there?
Yeah, what happened? Okay.
That was weird. There we go. So yeah, movies we watched in June of 2026. Oh, there we go. Now we got it. Okay. So movies we watched in June of 2026. Oh yeah, right. And there we go. Again, it's not more. It's a little more than movies, but hey, saying too many words always gets a little complicated. But anyhow, the first one we have is The Amazing Digital Circus: The Last Act.
Oh man, we have to start with the best one.
Oh yeah, you think so?
I absolutely loved it. I thought it was wonderful. It was a great end of the series.
Let me see if I can find the folder with the images in there. Oh yeah. There we go. Amazing Digital Circus: The Last Act. This is a theatrical presentation of episodes 8 and 9 of The Amazing Digital Circus.
Yeah, episode 8, it was previously available online.
Yes. So it was really great getting to see it on the big screen before seeing the finale of the series. We couldn't see it at our normal theater for whatever reason, so we had to go to a local, like, really run-down, really old-style theater with just the slightly slanted slope and non-reclining chairs.
Yeah, it's an old-school theater. It hasn't changed in my entire life.
But, yeah, there was only, like, maybe 5, 6 other people there with us.
Yeah,
it was a very small crowd, very local theater. So
yeah, at least a few of them seem to be part of the LGBT community.
Oh, absolutely. And the buckets of popcorn were so much smaller. But anyhow,
yes.
So this was an amazing experience. Was really glad to see it. So absolutely, you should watch this if you've seen the show. If you haven't seen the show, definitely watch the show. It's definitely worth watching. It is not for kids. I know some people go, "Oh, look at that! It's cartoon characters. They're cute. Let's stick it in front of a 5-year-old." No, don't. It's not for kids. This is an adult animated series, and yeah. Anyhow, if I recall correctly, this movie was rated NR, not rated, but I think I saw some that were claiming it was PG-13. But in any case, this was a limited release event, so it was a very small window of time to go to see this, so we were really glad to go see it. Yeah. Any other further thoughts?
No, it's wonderful. You should absolutely see it. That's S tier movie.
Okay. Yes. All right. Next, we saw Scary Movie, aka Scary Movie 6.
It should be S tier for scary, or M tier for movie.
Okay. Anyhow, every line will be crossed. Scary Movie. So yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the movies they're parodying were ones we haven't seen. One of which is on this list. We ended up seeing it after having seen Scary Movie, so that was kind of interesting. As we were watching the movie, it's like, oh hey, there's the scene they were parodying. So that was kind of neat. But overall, it was okay. It pretty much felt similar to the first 2 movies, which were the only 2 the Wayans brothers had direct involvement in. And it felt like more of the franchise that I knew and enjoyed.
Yeah, so it's a return to the familiar.
If you're a big scary movie buff, you're probably gonna get more out of this movie, as you're gonna get more of the references. Yeah, if you like the first scary movies, you'll probably like this one too. But anyhow, what are we ranking a scary movie?
I thought it was just pretty mid. I think C tier.
See? Okay.
It's just, yeah, it's just nostalgia. I laughed out loud
Speaking
at
of
only like one or two
nostalgia,
things.
Masters of the Universe.
I remember seeing this one in the 80s.
So yeah, I had no real attachments to the franchise. I didn't really watch it growing up. I think I had a friend who had some of the toys because I think was it Ramhead?
Ram Man.
Ram Man. I distinctly remember my friend having a Ram Man toy. I didn't know who he was, but I had that image in my head, and I recognized him in this. I was like, oh, hey, it's that guy. Anyhow, Skeletor, infamously played by Jared Leto. People were afraid he was gonna ruin the movie. He did a fantastic job. Like, if he could turn in more performances of this quality, I think movies would not suffer for having him be in it.
Yeah.
But this movie did not suffer in the slightest for any of the cast. There was a few little moments here or there that could have been tweaked and been a little better. But overall, I thought it was a great story. Some people supposedly went into it with higher expectations for certain things. But yeah, I thought it was great. The costumes were amazing. The fight scenes were phenomenal. There was a little bit of a drag here and there, getting from point A to B and B to C. But I think in the end, once we're in Eternia, there was only like a few little story beats that were a little on the can we get things moving kind of deal. But third act, perfect. I love the third act. It was great. Any further thoughts on Masters of the Universe?
I wish it had more character development.
Okay.
It's the TV show and between the TV show, the toy line, the old comics, there's a ton of backstory to a lot of the characters. Yeah. This movie barely touched on the characters and actually made some of them more of a joke than anything. Okay. So it's a little disappointing. It's like there is a very rich lore to this franchise, and like maybe they
wanted to save it for a sequel.
I don't buy that excuse. I don't accept that excuse.
Okay, fair enough. So where are we putting it?
I would say this is another. It was watchable. I would say it's a C tier.
Really? Yeah. I want to put it B tier.
Okay, let's put it B tier.
Because I as much as I liked both movies that we saw in that theater, I definitely liked it a lot more than
I did like it more than Scary Movie. Scary Movie didn't really offer anything new. It was just nostalgia.
Anyhow, this was an interesting project. Unfortunately, although it was advertised as being in quote authentic black and white, we could not access the black and white version.
Yeah, there was no way.
If anybody watching this knows how we can manage to get that to work, we tried everything we could figure out how to do, and nothing worked.
Tutorials online, everything, nothing.
We watch it off of our TV instead of another device, I guess.
Yeah, we watched it on the Amazon Prime app that's built into the television.
Yeah.
And it said to click on a thing, and
that thing didn't exist. Yeah. There was no thing to click. Anyhow, that aside, it still looked great. I didn't really have any issues with it being in color, but there were a few times where it's like this is a little bit too Technicolor looking, and it looks like it's that way to look a specific way in black and white.
Yeah, it definitely is
designed to be black and white. Hurt it at all, I feel. I think it still looked great. The story still carried it very well. Nicolas Cage was amazing.
He was a great choice.
Wasn't he he was the voice of the character in the Spider-Verse movie. So yeah, they nailed the casting with him back then, and he did a fantastic job doing this now. Basically, this takes place in an alternate universe version of the Prohibition era, and Nicolas Cage's character is a bit over the hill. And he's trying to carry on with his life, but superheroism calls him back to being a hero again. And it was really good. Definitely kind of cool how many references to Spider-Man mythos, since other than him being in a Shattered Dimension, what hopefully Azurean will play on stream someday, I had no other experience about the character other than the Spider-Verse movies, which he's not that deeply like he's not the biggest character in those animated movies. So it was really great to see him front and center. So anyhow, do you have any further thoughts?
I thought it was wonderful. I wish the Sony branch of the Marvel universe, if it's even technically the same tree, I wish they would do more content like this.
Yes.
Because they generally fumble the ball when it comes to
live action.
Yeah, the live action.
This was probably the best live action Sony project.
I would agree.
At least that I can think of. If there was a better one, let us know in the comments, because I can't think of it.
Yeah.
We've seen most of them. I think Craven is like the only one we haven't seen yet.
Someday I will grit my teeth and try and watch.
So how we place in Spider Noir?
I thought it was pretty good. I would say A tier.
Hey,
this is the kind of show, like, if we do get away to watch in black and white, I think I want to do a
rewatch. I'd totally watch it again. Anyhow, this one is one I've been trying to watch for a long time, and we kind of watched it a bit piecemeal, but we finished it this past month. The Map of Tiny Perfect Things. This is a movie about a guy, this teenage boy, who finds himself in a Groundhog Day loop. He's constantly reliving the same day from when he wakes up till midnight. As soon as it hits midnight, the world falls apart, and he's zapped back to the start of the day. And nothing he did transpires. Nothing carries over until
except his memory.
Repeat, except his memory. And over the course of his times looping, he finds this other girl who happens to also be reliving the same day. And he figures out, hey, wait a minute, she's not doing the same thing everyone else is always doing. And come to find out, they both have been having the same issue, and they don't know how or why. And it's a little romantic story. He kind of falls in love with her, and he tries to get her to fall in love with him. And they try to map out all the tiny perfect things in the world, like seeing a bird catch a fish in a lake, or all these kind of little tiny things that you wouldn't necessarily see unless you were in the right place at the right time. So they come up with a list of all the times and places to be in order to see all the cool things. But anyhow, it was kind of a simple story. It was a little formulaic, but I love myself time loop and time travel stuff, so this was really fun. What did you think of it?
Oh yeah, I thought it was a fun movie. It was a bit to get through because it's
very repetitive.
Yeah, it's very
Groundhog Day did it so much better.
Yes, I agree. Groundhog Day I thought was way more gripping. This is like this was not very gripping. It was interesting, but I wouldn't consider it gripping, which is why it took us multiple sittings.
I wonder if it would have been better they would have done it better if they were adult actors instead of teenagers.
I don't know.
Because like Bill Murray did such a great job with his version of it, but at the end again, he was the only one time looping. But anyhow, how would we rank a Map of Tiny Perfect Thing?
I would give it a C.
C? Okay.
It's not bad at all. Like, I would rather watch that than Scary Movie.
Yeah.
But it's also one I don't plan on rewatching ever.
All right. Now, I had seen that. At least I thought I had seen this forever ago. You had never seen this before. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. What did you think of it?
I always see this thing at the video store, and I never got around to it. I enjoyed it. It was actually, it doesn't follow a set formula.
Yeah.
It does have a kind of seem like it has the same bones as a lot of other movies from the time period.
Yeah.
But events don't play out in the most formulaic way. Some things, sure, but for the most part, I could not predict what was going to happen because, like, they just did their own thing. Like, they had more realistic consequences.
Yeah.
Things didn't come around to a picture-perfect ending. Yeah. So, I mean, the best you could hope is, like, it's kind of a good ending.
You can kind of see where a lot of future movies would take inspiration from this, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Also, a lot of the cast members went on to become fairly big names in Hollywood. With a certain Judge Reinhold there in the pirate hat. And Sean Penn in the center there.
Yeah, he ended up becoming fairly sizable, considering that this is where he started from. Like, he's a guy that could have fizzled out and been nothing, but...
Not to say there weren't some actors in this that we never really... Like, I looked them up, it's like, I don't think I'd seen any of these other movies they've been in. Yeah. So their career pretty much fizzled out as far as I'm concerned. But the fact is, there were a lot of names that came out of this. Forrest Whitaker was in there. He had a very small role as like the big brother of one of the major characters, or major-ish characters. Anyhow, so where would we rank Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Oh man, this is a tough one. I think only because it's age. I would say it's either B or A tier.
Okay.
I would put it in B if I have to like really make a decision.
Okay.
Good movie, but I think the only reason it was very nostalgic.
Yes. All right, next, Minecraft, a Minecraft movie. Now, neither of us are Minecraft players. I've kind of technically played it once when A&E had their convention in Minecraft in 2021.
Yeah, I watched
because of the pandemic. But yeah, this was interesting to watch. I was not expecting it to be as good as I thought it was.
Yeah, I expected it to be unwatchable garbage.
Yeah. I mean, all we really knew about it was all the memes and the reaction of fans doing crazy stuff in the movie theaters. But I think this was a decently watchable movie. If I was a parent whose kid dragged me to see this, I would have been entertained. I wouldn't have been falling asleep or walking out of it being like, man, that's an hour and a half I can't get back or something. No, it was actually a decent movie.
Yeah, one of my coworkers said it was cringe, but a good cringe.
Yeah, I that's actually a pretty good way to sum that up. I agree to that. There was a lot of moments and lines where it's like, really? But at the same time, there was a lot of really cool epic scenes. They did a great job with what they had to work with, and if they do end up making a sequel, I think that could work. Do I think I'll watch this movie again anytime soon? Probably not. I mean, granted, it's now no longer available for streaming. But anyhow, yeah, definitely thought this was a decent flick. Obviously not Jack Black's best. We've seen him in so many other things that we loved him in.
I liked Jason Momoa's character in his whole 80s.
Yeah, Jason Momoa was great.
His character I thought was just going to be garbage.
I wish he was in it more.
Yeah, he was. I enjoyed him more than Jack Black, and I'm definitely a bigger Jack Black fan than.
So where are we making a Minecraft movie?
Oh, that's a tough one. I did enjoy it. Oh, I would say, that's a tough one. It's either a C or a B. I think I would give it a C only because this is largely just because I'm unfamiliar with Minecraft, and I don't think I'd ever watch it again. But I don't feel like I wasted my time.
All right, next.
It's a C+.
Yeah, I put it at the top of the list. The next one is one from Scary Movies parodies. It's Sinners, starring Michael B. Jordan and Michael B. Jordan by Ryan Coogler. So this is one I was a little nervous to go see, to watch. I didn't know what to think of it, and when I remember seeing the trailers for it, I was not impressed. But watching the movie, after getting over the first act setup, which was a little rough to get through at times, I thought Sinners was great.
Yeah,
I don't know if I agree with the title, though. They could have had a better title.
I think it's just because everybody in the movie, even the ones you're supposed to root for, have done some terrible things. Spoilers. I liked it a lot, and I was actually kind of more into the movie before they did the vampire stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Spoilers.
So yeah, so this movie takes place in what was it, the 1930s? I think it was.
Yeah,
early 1930s.
It's around
during Prohibition, and it's about these two brothers. Oh shoot, what were they?
Smoke and Stack.
Snap. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Smoke and Stack, both played by Michael B. Jordan at the top there. They are returning from Chicago after having had a lucrative criminal career to open up a juke joint down south, and they basically they bring all their friends out to this barn to have a huge hootenanny for former slaves.
Yeah, they wanted it. It was going to be a regular thing.
Yes.
That was the plan.
And they're in it for the business of running this, and everybody gonna have fun. But then Trouble at the bottom of the poster comes a knocking and messes everything up for him.
Oh, at the bottom, shot with IMAX cameras. Yeah.
No, I meant the three at the bottom.
Oh.
But anyhow, yeah. So it was there's a lot of comparisons to what's
from Dusk Till Dawn.
That's the one. Thank you. I love you. Yes, very very much comparable from Dusk Till Dawn in a lot of ways. But I feel like they made it their own at the same time.
Absolutely.
As much as you could compare the two, they're like the bare bones of each other are similar, but that's about it. Like I said, the first part of the movie was a little tough for me. You may have really enjoyed that, but that was the part that was the weakest for me. But once I got into it, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was worth all the praise I've been hearing about it. And again, the opening of the movie has the parody that they did in Scary Movie.
Yeah, beautiful music in this movie. Like, the music is insane.
So anyhow, where would you rank Sinners?
Sinners, I would say, as far as movies go, this has to be an A tier.
Okay. All right. Next, we saw Wolfman.
Oh yeah. This is not based on the old. Well, not directly anyway.
This is by Lee Winnell, the guy who behind Saw. Protect Your Own Wolfman by Studio Blumhouse.
Yeah,
there you go.
Not your typical werewolf story.
But anyhow, so basically, it has a weird opening. It follows this little boy and his dad as they're living in the woods, and his dad's a hunter.
They have a nice house in the woods. It's not like a little shack.
Yeah. But then after maybe 5-10 minutes max, they just cut to the city, and this other dad and his daughter, and you slowly realize this is the kid. Now he's all grown up, and he has to go back to his dad's the house he lived with his dad, and collect his things as he's no longer with us. And that's when they get there. It's getting dark, and werewolf.
Yeah,
Wolfman. But yeah, this one was the makeup effects were done all in real time, all realistic. They weren't CGI like a lot of movies. Yeah. This is a recent movie. I think this was like last year. But yeah, I thought they did a great job with it. I think there could have been a few tweaks that would have made it a little better. It was really cool effect with seeing the Wolfman's perspective on things.
Yeah.
Getting to see how they can't perceive human language, and they're talking, and they think that the humans that they're talking to should be able to understand them, and vice versa. Another side can understand the language of the other. Yeah. And we see that through their eyes, and the way the camera just will suddenly just shift perspective, and we know we're seeing from the humans. We're seeing from the Wolfman's perspective.
Yeah, they did something very similar.
So cool.
In the I Am Legend supplemental material when they show it from.
I believe they're making a new one of those.
Yes.
Like more accurate to the book. But anyhow,
they do the same thing with the zombies. So you see it from their point of view. They see the non-zombie, the creature. Yeah. Well, basically.
Anyhow,
they see they trade views. They see us as the monsters. We see them as the monsters.
But anyhow, yeah, Wolfman. What did you think?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty decent. It was an interesting story. Definitely was another one that it was harder to figure out where exactly it was going to go. Yeah, I always expect a super happy ending, and it's like, how are they going to fix this in the end? And like, there's no like real MacGuffins to like make things like better. And
even though the last one we watched was American Werewolf in London, there was not a whole lot in common other than the werewolfness.
I would say the hopelessness overall
I guess that
is
too.
Similar, but I mean, yeah, as far as like how it plays out, very different.
Yeah, so very different. So different, especially considering the fact that the protagonist of American Werewolf is a single guy.
Yeah.
Whereas it's about a family man.
I feel like this had a lot of the same ingredients, but they made a completely different dish with it.
Okay, that's fair.
But
what are you thinking?
It was pretty good. But I would say B.
Okay.
I just was like, yeah, I've seen enough of movies like this that I wasn't really particularly tickled.
Now, another Nicolas Cage project we saw. Nicolas Cage in Stolen, 12 hours, $10 million, one kidnapped daughter. What do we think of this one?
This one is all right. It feels like an early 2000s movie. I think this was like 25th, the 20
I think it was
teens.
2014.
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot more recent, but turns out it was
I
not.
feel like if it came out even 10 years prior, it would have been like, wow, that was a
Yeah.
great movie. But by the time it had come out, and definitely by the time we saw it, it's kind of like a played out formula.
I could definitely see this having been a Liam Neeson movie.
Oh,
This
100%.
could have just been Liam Neeson instead of Nicolas Cage, and it would have been the same movie.
Yeah. I thought it was
well, a younger Liam Neeson when he could do more action.
Yeah, now he just wants to sit down all the time.
Sorry, Liam. We love you.
I love it. I still love him. I'll watch it.
Yeah?
I'll watch it.
But anyhow, this was definitely a lot lesser of a role than his recent Spider Noir.
Yeah, this was okay.
Yeah.
That's the whole movie. The movie's pretty okay. Definitely watchable. If you like Nicolas Cage, it won't lower your opinion of him.
Okay.
What was it? Just early 2000s action movie. I know that's not when it was filmed. I'd say, gosh, I hate to keep putting things in C tier, but it's C tier.
Okay. Yeah, so they're just gonna say all these movies in C, they are decent movies. They're just not fantastic.
Yeah, they didn't knock my socks off.
Next, unfortunately, you didn't manage to see the ending of this one, but The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry.
Yeah,
this was Jim Broadbent and Penelope Wilton. They did fantastic. This is based. Was it based on a true story? I want to say it's based on true story. Based on the best-selling novel. Okay, there we go. Based on the novel. But anyhow, this movie gets off to the story real quick. Retired couple, Harold Fry and his wife here. He gets a letter, finds out that an old friend from work from his younger days is in hospice care, and he is struggling to write a letter back to her, and we don't exactly know his relationship with her. We find that over the story, but he ends up going to try to mail the letter in the post box, and he can't bring himself to do it. He goes and talks with somebody, and he gets the idea that he should go visit her. And he's off on a walk across England. He apparently lives on the opposite end of England from where this hospice is, in the northern part of England. And so he goes on this unlikely pilgrimage to go visit her. And at first, first of all, his wife has no idea what's going on. He just went out to get milk and mail a letter, and then never came home. Eventually, he calls her on the phone and lets her know what happened. But this is a significant amount of hours later that he finally calls home and says what he's doing. But he's just got everything he left the house with without having planned to walk, and he's not a fit guy, and that comes into play as he's very average old man. He kind of has his story grow, and people find out about his journey and are rooting for him to make it there. And he's called up the hospice to let them know that Harold Fry is on his way, and for her to stay alive, so he can make it there to see her. And lo and behold, this message of positivity that somebody is coming to see her is enough to keep her spirits up. And all the letters he sends and the news on the telly is enough to keep her going. Unfortunately, that we don't get a lot of cuts to her story. In fact, we don't get any. We kind of get a few updates over the phone, but otherwise we only meet her in the flashbacks and at the end of the movie when he makes it there. But yeah, it is a rather I don't know, melancholy, I'd say is how I'd put it. It's an interesting movie. Jim Broadbent does a great job. He was fantastic. His wife has also got her own story, a B plot of her having to deal with him being absent and not knowing what to do with herself because there's not. I can't really say without spoiling it. But anyhow, I thought this was a great movie. I understand if you don't feel like you could rank it, considering you missed out
what little
too much
I saw
of it.
of it, I really enjoyed.
But yeah, I think it's a B.
All right.
All right, next one. This is probably going to be the first to go in the lower tier here.
What do you mean?
But yeah, Cube Zero. I had seen the original Cube, but I'd never seen Cube 2 Hypercube, Cube Zero, or the remake of Cube. But anyhow, this Cube Zero. What was your thoughts on Cube Zero?
Knowing later on, learning a little bit about the first Cube movie, and the way that this is supposed to fit in with it, it made this make a little bit more sense. Overall, it basically throws you into like, it's like there was the start of the movie, and that happens before we even start watching, and they go back and fill in a bunch of the blanks, but definitely not all of them. The whole movie is it's like when you're trying to figure out what's happening, just so you can understand the situation. Like there's too much time spent with that, and I felt like it was just too much trying to figure out. Okay, what the heck is this? What the heck is that? Sometimes it's part of the fun, but in this one, it's like
it's frustrating.
I need the basic thing from the get go, so I know how to perceive this movie. I would definitely say it's a D tier movie.
Yeah.
It had good bones in it.
Yeah.
But they
fumbled it hard.
Yeah, they did. They definitely fumbled this movie.
There's so much things they could have done better. There was definitely a few moments here or there that were done really well. Some of the kills in it were really well done.
No complaints about the kills.
But otherwise, yeah, the movie was lacking in too many ways. Next one we have The Gate.
Oh yes.
This starred a very young Stephen Dorff.
Yes, he was Lamagra in the Blade movies. Well, he eventually becomes Lamagra. He's Deacon Frost.
There you go. Yes,
Deacon Frost. At the end of his storyline, he becomes Lamagra.
Basically, it's about this eight-year-old. What did we say? 8?
Oh gosh, was he 8?
10, somewhere around there. A little boy, and how basically a gate to hell opens up in his backyard. By a certain set of circumstances.
Yes.
And there's a lot of Evil Dead nods in this.
They definitely were
I'd have to look into how the order of events happened, if this inspired it, if it was inspired by or what, but there definitely was a lot of Evil Dead, but for a younger audience.
Yes, I am positive. Evil Dead has its roots in the early 80s, I think maybe even the late 70s.
I'd definitely say the target audience is older than the star of the movie.
Yeah, probably.
Just by virtue of there being some genuinely scary imagery in this for kids of his age.
Yeah, this is a movie, if I had known about this back in the day, when it actually came out, yes, I was around. I would be like, I would have been scared of this one. This one would have freaked me out a little bit. There is some lighthearted stuff in here, because I mean, it is.
It does take a little while to get going, but it also
the 80s
it drip feeds you some cool action scenes, so you're not waiting forever for something to happen. You get stuff happening before it builds up until hell is unleashed.
It's got to be mentioned. The effects in this movie were stellar.
Yes,
absolutely stellar.
Say anything about? Can we? I don't know if this is like. Yeah, no.
Too smeared. But it is the visual effects.
Definitely worth looking into. The Gate was surprisingly really, really decent movie.
Yes, I am amazed that they were able to get to look so good with 80s tech. They did a fantastic job with the visuals.
So how would we rank The Gate?
The Gate, as much as I enjoyed the beauty of it, I would say it's a B tier.
B? All right.
Very nostalgic trip for me.
All right, the next one was one I think we'd both seen before, but it had been a long time.
I had seen it many times because this is one of the movies that when I go to visit my dad, stepmom, and my sister, this is one of the movies that she would play a lot. All Dogs Go to Heaven.
So All Dogs Go to Heaven, a movie by Don Bluth. It's the director of American Tail and Land Before Time. Land Before Time, definitely one of the earliest movies I remember seeing. Maybe also American Tail, but yeah, those were like very early childhood memories of mine. most likely saw this in theaters. Definitely not 100% sure. But yeah, definitely remember this one growing up. It was really cool getting to watch this as an adult, just because there's a lot of like references and adult subjects that would have gone over my head. They they're drinking beer. They go to a bar to gamble and drink alcohol in this, and it is not obfuscated in the slightest. They don't actually say, "Give me a beer," I don't think, but like they're clearly drinking alcohol. And Charlie gets drunk, and he's needing to be, dragged out like this because he can't stand on his own feet. But yeah, one of the main as a furry, one of the big criticisms I have are their paws. They have the toe beans, but the center bean there is just missing. None of the dogs have them, and that kind of was
You can see the
thing.
toe beans in this picture.
That was a little bit of a nitpick I had with this. But otherwise, yeah, the voice cast was great. Having I can't think of his name there.
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds actually singing his singing lines was really cool. Back then, not a lot of the times did they do that. Usually they'd have somebody else do the singing voice.
Even today, that's still very frequent.
But in any case, the unfortunateness, this movie has a bit of a sad story to it. The voice actress for the little girl, let's see, what was her name there? Is it Judith Barcy? I believe that's the one. She sadly passed away like a year before the movie even came out. She was also the little girl from the Poltergeist, as I recall.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's a bit of a sad business to this. But it didn't affect the movie at all. It did not feel like, oh man, she kind of disappears halfway through the movie, or she just stops talking for some reason. No, all of her voice lines seem to be there. Yeah. Didn't feel lacking for her character's voice.
So a lot of our main characters here, the three center characters, all have deceased voice actors.
Yeah, Dom DeLuise as Itchy, and the voice of Carface, he also passed away. Vic Tabak, he passed away right soon after this, as I recall. And Charles Nelson Riley, not pictured here as Killer, the henchman for Carface, he's passed away.
Man, my childhood, it hurts so much.
But anyhow, as far as the movie goes, what did we think of All Dogs Go to Heaven?
I really enjoyed it, even though I've seen it like a million times now. It's still, even now, it hits me harder now because I can relate to more of it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was really hard trying to hold back the tears.
Oh.
It's still a really good movie. I would say A tier.
Okay. All right, next, little bit of disappointment with this one, but All Dogs Go to Heaven 2.
Yeah, this is a money grab.
This was really weird. The first movie took place in what was it? Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
What's the Mardi Gras place?
New Orleans.
New Orleans, yes. It took place in New Orleans. This one, for some reason, gets relegated to taking place in San Francisco. You can see the Golden Gate Bridge there. But yeah, the weirdest thing is Charlie's now voiced by Charlie Sheen, which kind of a funny name casting there. But yeah, he does a decent job with it. The art style's changed a bit, so he looks a little different. Itchy looks just the same. I think he's also still voiced by Dom DeLuise.
Yeah, he's still voiced.
But the weirdest thing is, even though that the time period that the first movie takes place in is one thing, and then this one seems to be like more in when it came out time period. Itchy ends up in heaven at the start of the movie, and it's like, how did he live that long for him to just be now getting to heaven? The timelines are not working out here.
He apparently lived for another like 50 years.
Yeah.
And then died. 50 human years.
Yes. Anyhow, that aside, I don't think they had paw pads at all in this. Being a furry, I was noticing all the little details, and anytime we see their paws, we only ever see the back sides of their feet. But anyhow, that aside, it was still fairly bare bones, by the numbers kind of story. Kind of a rehash in that it is a a homeless child is helped out by the dogs, but instead of a little girl, it's a little boy. And it's like, hey, boys didn't really get into the first one. Let's make the sequel to feature a human boy for them to take care of. That'll get the little boys to want to watch this now. I don't know what their thought process. Anyhow, heaven help us! Look who's back to the adventure of 2 lifetimes. Ha 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 ha. But anyhow, this one really seemed to set up the TV series quite heavily, whereas the first one felt pretty self-contained. I feel.
Yeah.
But anyhow, it wasn't as bad as I thought it could have been, but it definitely had a lot of room to grow. What would you place All Dogs Go to Heaven 2?
D tier.
D? Okay. I'm fine with that.
I would consider F tier, but D tier I think is a better fit.
Oh, I forgot a movie that we watched to put on here. We watched Fern Gully.
Oh yeah, we can whip that up real quick.
But anyhow, we got Money Talks starring Charlie Sheen, which is the main reason I ended up picking this one, because we just finished watching Charlie Sheen as Charlie B. Barkin, and All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. But yeah, Chris Tucker is the main character in this. He is a kind of a 2-bit crook who gets wrapped up in crazy set of circumstances, and Charlie Sheen is a news reporter who's trying to make his big break, or else he's going to lose his job. But yeah, it says they're getting the lowdown on the high price of driving. I don't remember. I mean, there's definitely a driving scene in this with that car. It's in the picture there. And
this movie was not about driving.
That girl is definitely not in the car. But yeah, this was a decent movie. It was kind of neat seeing the young Chris Tucker doing his Chris Tucker thing. But yeah, the movie was just okay. Charlie Sheen, while being like the headliner of this movie, does not feature as much as you'd want him to for being one of the 2 main characters here. But he's also a prime mover in the story. But yeah, basically, Chris Tucker ends up getting framed for a crime he didn't commit, and he's on the run, and Charlie Sheen gets roped into protecting him for the scoop, and he kind of helps him clean Chris Tucker up, so he's not just a gangbanger kind of guy. He's actually makes him look like a stand-up guy, and they end up becoming friends. Over the course of the story.
They definitely do.
There's some rough points, but yeah, they become friends. I think if there was like a bit of an epilogue, we'd see them actually hanging out. I don't know, but yeah, where would you place Money Talks?
Yeah, it was a pretty okay movie. It was fun. This was a B tier for me.
B tier. All right, I'm just gonna. There we go. B tier. All right. And next we have Going in Style. This was an interesting movie with Alan Arkin, Morgan Freeman, and oh come on, why can't I think of his name? Michael Caine. That's it, Michael Caine.
Oh, Michael Caine.
What's that?
Okay, continue.
But anyhow, so yeah, these three guys are retirees who find out their pension has been ripped away from them, and they're all in terrible monetary situations, and not having their money has kind of ruined their lives. And just so happens that Michael Caine's character is witness to a bank robbery, and come to find out the robbers seem to have gotten away scot-free. And he comes to the conclusion, why don't we just pull off a bank robbery? It seems easy enough to do. We could pull this off. And yeah, they do a great job. I think there's a bit of a rough patch in the middle of them trying to like work the way up to armed robbery by trying to rob a grocery mini mart.
Yeah,
and
the regular.
Yeah, that's also true. But yeah, they try to just plain clothes rob, steal stuff from the grocery store, and get busted really easy because they're terrible. But Kenan Thompson gets to play the manager at this grocery store. He does a phenomenal job. It was really cool getting to see Kenan Thompson be in this movie. If you've heard about what his backstory is, he lost all of his money and he was struggling to find any work in Hollywood to try to get his money back. But yeah, this movie I thought was really good. What did you think?
I enjoyed it. It's nice. I enjoy the actors. They are they're all like well established. I'm familiar with at least two of them, some of their works.
Okay. You didn't know Alan Arkin, I take it.
Yeah, Alan Arkin I've seen in things.
Yeah.
I'm not as
familiar.
Familiar. Let's see.
So yeah, what would you rank?
It was a decent movie, but there's not a lot of like oomph to it.
Okay.
I would say it's either going to be a C or a B.
I'd say B.
Is it B? Okay, we'll take it. We'll put it in B.
I would think it's a little bit better than Money Talks, but not by a whole lot. It was definitely more entertaining.
Okay, and the next one is one I personally avoided for a while.
Now, I had seen this one in theaters back in the day, but yeah, it had been a while, and it was very fun getting to watch this one. This is Illumination's Secret Life of Pets. The one thing I will mention right off the bat, I don't know if it was a problem with our TV or how it was presented on I want to say it was on Netflix. The movie was a little bit washed out. The little
the
white Pomeranian, the little white Pomeranian dog just kind of looked like she was a light bulb the whole movie. Any scene where she was in a room that was white, she kind of just blended in with the background. It was a little off-putting, but I tried to look past that and get through the movie, and the rest of it was pretty good. Other than a couple of the voices, I feel like they all did a phenomenal job in not sounding like just the actor in their normal speaking voice. Like they really felt like their characters, and I thought they did a great job. It's
He has the wrong amount of toes.
Yes, the little budgie.
They're arranged incorrectly. The correct number, they're arranged wrong. They're not zygodactyl.
Also, they don't talk.
Yeah, strangely. The one character that can actually use human speech, and they keep it to chirps. Why?
Yeah, I'm sorry. But that aside, what did we think of Secret Life of Pets?
It was okay.
For being a movie by the studio that brought you the Minions,
which, by the way, this was the best we could hope for.
They had a bus that has a poster for Sing in the back throughout chase sequence that was fairly in your face with it, and Sing came out later that year. So anyhow, what do we think of Secret Life of Pets?
I wouldn't put it higher than B.
B? Okay.
Maybe. Okay.
So do we want to skip to the one you just pulled up? Or
sure, we can do that.
You want to get that in there?
Yeah. Well, you gotta like that one.
But anyhow, yes. We forgot one more movie that we talked about. There it is.
Neat.
But anyhow, yes. We watched. We watched. Where are we?
Yeah, keep going. It's gonna take me a minute. You're gonna have to talk about something.
The Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. That's it. So Fern Gully, which we'll be pulling up the picture in just a moment here, was a movie that I saw thanks to a VHS copy from McDonald's, if I recall correctly. And I'd first heard about it from also a VHS from McDonald's of Home Alone. Home Alone had an ad for Fern Gully, and Fern Gully had an ad for Home Alone. And yeah, it was a kind of an interesting story getting this movie made, in that Robin Williams was adamant about starring in this as Fatty Coda, but Disney did not want him being in this. They were rather upset that he was going to be in this instead of their project. They own it now. It's a 20th Century Fox movie. So they technically do own this now.
So 20th Century movie.
But anyhow,
20th Century Fox is not a company anymore.
Well, it was when this movie was made. That's all I'm saying. Now Disney owns that, so they technically own this. But anyhow, Ferngully, the Last Rainforest. They live in a secret world, touched by magic and surrounded by adventure, and the only human who has ever been there must now fight to save it.
Yeah, this is actually not the, I think, original poster. The original one that cuts the human character out entirely just shows the two main fairy characters.
The one thing I will say is they do not do the villain justice. He does not look like this in the movie in the slightest. I don't know what the artist was doing here.
It looks like the Ghostbusters logo.
Yeah, he does kind of look like a Ghostbuster. Ghosty. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, he's not a cloud monster. He is like the element of
he looks like small.
Damn it, what's that word? Poison and toxin and sludge and goop and grime. But anyhow, what did you think of this? This is what I grew up watching and loved this movie. Been a long, long time since I've seen it.
I thought it was okay.
It was really cool getting to actually know all the references that Batty Koda was saying. He makes... he's Robin Williams, of course. He's making all kinds of pop culture references. Now I get them all. And yeah, this was a rather short movie for, I think, probably the shortest movie we saw. But yeah, very eco-friendly message. Save the rainforest kind of deal. But I don't feel like they don't hit you over the head with it.
Ouch.
Would you agree they don't hit you over the head with it?
Yeah, I would say they focus on making a fun movie.
So anyhow, where would you rank Ferngully, The Last Rainforest?
I would say it's a B tier, just because like I like the message. Overall, I think like if they made this movie today, I would be like, I don't really care for it. I might put it in C tier, but considering the time period.
Would you be amicable to an A tier?
I guess.
I love Toxic Love with Tim Curry singing it. It was great. But anyhow, so next we started watching the IT Crowd. This is season 1 of the IT Crowd.
The show is wonderful. It's got a lot of like original jokes, and it doesn't lean too heavily on cultural things. It does have some cultural things in it, but it doesn't lean so heavily that it's completely unrelatable.
Yeah,
I find also the humor easy to digest.
Also, it's a British show.
Yes,
that's one of those things that can be difficult for Americans to get into a lot of British humor because it's too British and they expect you to know British sensibilities when watching them. This one, I feel, still works.
Yeah, this one, it's like, I don't have any trouble understanding anything that's going on.
And the accents are another thing. It's a lot of British shows can be really hard to understand the talking dirty voices.
Let's not do that.
Sorry. But yeah, they don't have that at all. They do a great job. This one is a lot of fun. So where do we put season 1?
This is A tier for me.
A tier. And then we watched season 2. These are only 6 episodes apiece. British shows very short. But yeah, IT Crowd version 2.0.
Yeah, I enjoy each season. This one, it's neat to see the set changes. See how they improve things in a realistic way. It's not like they completely change everything. You just see them cleaning up. A few things have been cleaned up, but overall the humor, it's still there. I think it's right along with the first season. I would definitely still say this is A tier.
Okay. All right. Next, we finished watching the final season of Dr. Stone's Science Future. Now, this is a show we've been watching for many years now. Fantastic show. We'll talk about the series as a whole briefly in a minute. But yeah, what did we think of the final season?
I think the final season was wonderful. It makes sense with the whole series, and I don't feel like it was a letdown. I know a lot of people like to complain about final episodes, say, hey, it ruined the whole show. The show was a big disappointment, wasn't building up to this. This is, in fact, indeed what it was building up to, and it doesn't feel like they cheated.
Agree.
I thought it was wonderful. It was basically the only way the show could end, other than having everything just reset. Those were like the two options, and they definitely went with the better option. This is an A tier series. It's just really fun, gripping to watch. You want to put an S? I'm cool with putting an S tier.
And then series as a whole.
The series as a whole, I think.
So to explain the basic premise, super scientist Senku,
Who knows everything?
who seems to have inexplicable knowledge of all things science-based, ends up finding out that the whole world has been turned to stone by some outside means, and all human life is, as we know it, had been turned to stone. And he wakes up some hundreds of years later and has to rebuild human society by waking people up using science.
He stayed alert or aware the whole time he was stoned.
Yes, which might be the most implausible thing.
Yeah, he just counted. He counted the whole time, so you could tell how long they'd been frozen.
But anyhow, yes, the series is phenomenal in that it teaches science to
it's real
the character.
Science.
And like they don't hold hands, but they don't also don't dumb it down. They also don't use too much technical speak that you can't understand it. They do a great job of putting it right in the sweet spot where you can understand what's going on. And it all seems, other than the science fiction of everybody being turned to stone, all the science stuff that they do in this seems fairly plausible.
Yeah. I like the way they implement it. I like the balance of what's happening non-science related. I feel like it all ties together well. Definitely, series pace picks up as it progresses, which makes sense. The more they're able to build and recreate, the better the faster moves. I would say. Well, I mean, if you're gonna put the finale in S tier, I think you want to put this in S tier.
Okay. And the last thing we'll talk about, we watched this animated special on Disney Plus, Simpsonsly. Simpsly. Very, very weird thing. I'm fairly certain this is a take on the talented Mr. Ripley. I have no idea why they decided to parody that. So that's a really old movie.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any motivation.
Yeah.
Just in case you're watching this video 100 years from now, there's nothing happening around this time that suggested that this is what The Simpsons should do.
Yeah.
This is something
they just decided to do that for whatever reason.
Yeah, they just decided to.
But yeah, basically, Marge is Marge Bouvier, and she ends up
her maiden name later.
Yes. She ends up in Europe, and she happens upon this Homer Simpson, Homer Simpsley. So he's not playing Homer Simpson, but otherwise he's mostly him with a little tweak.
Yeah, all the characters, a lot of the characters are here just.
But yeah, they managed to squeeze in a lot of Springfield's members, whether in visual gags, in like artwork or statuary or what have you. Yeah. But yeah, each of the, like, as you can see, Lisa and Bart are also in this. Chief Wiggum and Skinner and Chalmers are in this, and that's about it. Those are the only characters
that are all the major players
that are in it. But yeah, it is a very weird story. Marge is definitely should be more center in this picture. Yeah, she is the protagonist.
Yes, she should have been.
So that in and of itself is pretty remarkable. I don't know how many episodes of The Simpsons I could honestly say Marge is the main character in.
Yeah, she's great. Like, I don't think I would have liked it as much of Homer. I like Homer, but
yeah,
they made a good choice with this.
But anyhow, yeah, if you've seen Talented Mr. Ripley, you're gonna know a lot of the twists that are coming in this. I'm guessing. I started watching that one. I got bored. I couldn't finish watching it. So I can only assume that I'm correct in thinking that this is a parody of that, because a lot of the things that I did see lined up with this one a lot. But in any case, Marge is a very shrewd woman who figures out how to get her way, and she meets Homer, and they end up working together quite well.
Yeah, they work together. So one of those where they both are running a scam, and they find out that first they hate each other, and then towards the end they start working together to help perpetuate a new scam.
So how would we rank this last one here?
I would say this is probably A tier.
A tier.
It's just I am still constantly amazed at how a show this old is able to still pull out interesting material.
Agreed.
Like it has no right to be this good this far into its existence.
Yeah, the Simpsons still got it. Hopefully they don't they don't keep going until the voice cast dies, which is
Yeah.
definitely a big worry for someone like me. But yeah, the Simpsons still got it. This is an exclusive Disney Plus, which did not air on TV. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you've seen any of these movies and you think they should be higher or lower, let us know. If you've seen any of the TV series we watched, let us know as well. Definitely recommend you watch Amazing Digital Circus and Dr. Stone. Absolutely. IT Crowd, if you like British humor, you like nerd comedy, definitely worth watching. Go check those out as well. We'll be watching the rest of the series as well. So until the next time, have a happy Fursuit Friday. Enjoy Anthrocon if you're there. Sorry you don't get to have your parade tomorrow, but yeah, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.